Hello everyone, welcome back. This is a solution video where when we're given an integer input, we're going to print all the factors of that number. But this time we're going to be focusing on using a for loop and the range function to help us out. Here we go. Let's start with our input. We're going to grab a number greater than 0, so we're going to say integer input. Enter an integer greater than 0. All right, let's move on to processing and output. So the factors number can't be smaller than 1, and it can't be greater than the number itself. So let's do for I in range, starting at 1. And I want to include that number with the input that we've been given, so I'm going to add 1. The reason is range never includes the last value. So if I ever want to include that last value, you just want to increase that last value by 1 if you are doing an incremental range function. In programming, we commonly use single letter variables here or an iterator variable in a for loop, especially when you're dealing with numbers. This could have been any variable name. I like to just use I. So starting off with, if I were to just print I in this case and then run this code, and let's say I'm interested in the number 12, it would print out all the numbers starting at 1 and inclusively up to 12. Perfect. So we kind of have what we want. Let's finish this up so that we just output only the factors of our given input. So to do that, we're going to say if grabbing our user input modulus the I is equal to 0. As in, if we were to divide by I and it has no remainders, then it is I is a perfect factor of the number. So we're going to say I is a factor of no. And I'm going to comment this out. So let's see how that helped us change our program. So I'm going to run it again with an input of 12. And notice we're only going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12 as a factor of 12. So this was a nice little simple way to determine the factors of an integer. We were using the range function to create a sequence of starting at 1 all the way up towards our input and inclusively by adding a +1 at the end of that number. And then we're just using our classic conditionals to check if a number is a factor by using the modulus operator. Thank you for watching. Stay classy.